Hey guys, in the last video we went ahead and pulled the to-dos from the database and output them on the index page, on the home page. Now, before we get into the individual to-do, I want to order this because right now the latest one is at the bottom and I don't want that. The most recent one is at the bottom, but I want that one at the top. So let's go back to the controller, and inside the index function, what we can do, there's a ton of different ways to fetch data from the database using Eloquent. This is just one of them. So I'm going to comment that out, and then what we'll do is instead we'll say to-dos equals to-do, and we can actually do order by, and then we can just kind of actually let's put in here order by created at. Okay, remember by default every table has the created at value. So let's say we want that to be descending. Okay, and then we finally just need to say get. Okay, so that's another way of querying the database. Now if we reload, to do 2 goes on top. Okay, the most recent is now on top. So now we need to make it so that if we click on one of these titles, it takes us to an individual page. So let's go to the index view and let's wrap this H3, or not the H3, but the text inside the H3. We want to wrap that with a link. And let's see, for the location, that's going to be to do slash and then the actual ID. Okay, so we can just put in to do ID, and that will automatically call the show method. Okay, let's end that, and just to test things out, let's go over to the show method in the controller, and let's say return, and we'll just say 1 2 3. Oops. Okay, we'll save that and reload. Now if I click on that, you'll see we get 1 2 3 because it's calling the show method because we declared this as a resource in our routes. Now what we want to do here is very similar to what we did in index. We want to query the database, get that individual to do, and then load a view. So let's get rid of that, and let's say to do equals, and we should be able to say to do find, and then pass in the ID, which is automatically going to be sent here from here. Okay, then we just want to load the view, so we'll say return view, and it's going to be, let's say, to-dos dot show. All right, and then we'll say with to do singular, and then pass in that to do variable. So let's save that, and then we'll go down to our resources views folder, and inside the to-dos folder we're going to create a new file called show.blade.php. Alright, and let's see, in here we're going to extend layouts.app. Okay, and then we're going to do section content, and then we need to end section, and in here let's go ahead and put an H1, and then let's see if we can get our to do text value. Okay, so if we save that, and there we go. If we go back and go to do 1, okay, everything's being passed in correctly. Now I just want to put a back button up at the top here, so right above the H1 let's put in an A tag, and we'll have this go to slash, and we'll say go back. Alright, let's actually give that a class as well. So we'll say class equals btn and btn default. Alright. And we're going to eventually have a nav bar as well, so don't worry about that. Now, what else do we want here? We do want the label, just like we had on the listings page. I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'll just grab it from index, this H3 right here. Okay, it has the span tag with the label, remember? So we'll just put that in here, and that should actually be H1. Oops. Alright, and then underneath that we're going to put the body. So I'm going to put this in a paragraph tag, and let's do our double curly brace and then to do body. Alright, reload, and there we go. Actually, you know what, let's not put the label in the H1. That's too big, it looks funny. So I'll just take that out and put it underneath. And let's actually change it to a div. And let's put an HR underneath right here. Alright, so that looks fine. And we can go back. And now I just want to add a couple includes. Okay, so in the views folder, let's create a new folder called inc. And in here we're going to have a file called navbar.blade.php. And we also want an include for our any messages that we have that we want to spit out. So let's say new file messages.blade.php. Alright, so let's start with the navbar. So I'm going to go to get bootstrap. And as I always do, getting started, and then examples, and then the starter template, Control U, and we'll go ahead and grab this. Alright, and we'll put that in the navbar file. Let's get rid of the navbar fix top class. And for the project name, we'll just say to-do list. And the href is going to go to slash. We want the home to go to slash. We'll take away the class active. And then as far as other menu links, we're just going to have one to create the to-do, which we're going to get into later. So let's say create to-do, and the route for that will be to-do, yeah, it will be to-do slash create. And for the active class, what we'll do is go into the li, we can get rid of this one, and then go into the li here, and let's say class equals, and then we're going to add some simple logic. We're going to say request double colon is. So that's just going to look at the route. So if it is slash, then we want this class to be active. So we're going to put question mark, first set of quotes will be active, else, then the class will be empty. All right, we want to do that for both of these LIs. So let's save that, and now we want to go to our layout, app.blade, and we're going to put that right above the container. So right here, let's do include, and that's going to be inc.navbar. Okay, let's make sure that works. Good. They're both highlighted though. What's up with that? Oh, we got to change this one here to do slash create. There we go. And then for the messages template, this is going to pretty much be the same for most projects. I'm going to just paste this in. So basically in this part we're checking for errors, for any errors that were passed in. For each errors all as error, and then we're going to display them with the alert danger class to make it red. And then if there's a success from the session, then that's going to display with alert success, which will make it green. So we'll save that, and let's also put that, actually you know what, let's put that in the navbar. No, let's not do that. Let's put it in the layout, right above the content. Alright, so we'll do include inc.messages. Alright, so that's taken care of. So in the next video, what I want to do is I want to start to work on the create form. We're going to use Laravel Collective, which is an easy way to use forms. We're also going to look at creating our own form input components, which is going to be kind of cool. All right, so I will see you in the next video.